What do you need to start trimming toenails? Well, first of all, you need your pet, your cat or your dog. Another person would be the best option. If you don't have that, figure out some kind of a restraint where you can tie like your dog up by a leash to somewhere, or make your own makeshift grooming table or something. A nail trimmer, and they make a couple different styles of these. This is by far my favorite. It's like little pliers. Some kind of a blood clotting product. So they make quite a few varieties of these. They make cauterizing pencils, they make the powder, they make a liquid, and they also make this new chapstick style form. And the powder is by far my favorite. So, all right, let's get on to talking about why it is so important to clip to the quick. Now, I get so many people that come in and they're like, we trim his toenails all the time and we just trim a little bit off because we don't want to hurt him. And he really hates it. But so then what I try to nicely explain to them is that stop doing it. Stop. If you're stressing your animal out for no reason, just quit doing it. Bring them into a professional or learn how to do it properly on your own. And so hopefully this video will help you with that. Now, just trimming a little bit off, why that isn't working is because then everything keeps growing, meaning the quick and the nail. And so pretty soon your dog's walking and clicking on the floor, and that's painful to them because it's bruising the base of the nail bed. And so it's extremely important to cut to the quick. Now the quick is the blood vein that's on the inside of the toenail. And nails are not black and white. You're never going to look at nails the same again. Well, that's what I tell my students anyways. It's not easier to clip white toenails than it is to clip black toenails. A lot of people think that you look at the toenail from the side, and on white toenails you can see where to cut to. That's wrong, and it's very deceiving. So what you're going to do from now on, hopefully, is look at the toenail from the very end. And you're going to keep trimming until you see that circle in the middle, and that is the quick. Now, once you cut to the quick, it's exposed to air and it starts shrinking back. So people that come in with their dog's toenails that are really, really overgrown, what I try to do is get them on a program where they come in once a week or once every 2 weeks for about 8 to 10 weeks. And we clip the toenails every single week or every single 2 weeks. And every time I'm clipping the toenails, I'm clipping to the quick. And eventually what the owners start seeing is that the toenails are shrinking back and the dog isn't clicking on the floor anymore. And also what sometimes will happen is all of a sudden the dog doesn't mind having their toenails trimmed anymore. And why? Because when the dog comes in and they've been walking on their toenails, it's bruising the base of the nail, like I said. And then when the groomer or the vet goes to trim them, or you, it feels to the dog like you're wrenching on the toenail. And that's kind of what's happening. And so if the dog isn't walking on them anymore, his toenails aren't so sensitive, and he doesn't mind it so much. So eventually, you cut to the quick, the nail grows, and a week or two later, the quick has shrunk back, and you get to cut back again, and back again, and back again, and so on and so forth. So you can get the dog's nails back to where they're not clicking on the floor. Then you can start doing them once every 4 to 6 weeks, as long as you keep up with them and cut to the quick. So everybody is probably saying, Pet, just cut to the chase. And I'm thinking, please, for the love of God, cut to the quick. So I'm going to get on to showing you these pictures and this little diagram that I have of trimming a toenail, and some videos on different holds and such. So really excited about this, and it's been a long time coming. So thanks for watching so far. Okay, so this is the diagram. The side is the toenail that hasn't been trimmed and hasn't been trimmed properly. So what you want to do is you want to cut all the way up to the quick, and you want to cut in this direction. If you're cutting at an angle like this, you're not going to get the toenail short enough. So if you cut straight up and down, you're going to get the toenail short enough. So the quick itself actually kind of has like a film around it, or a little bit of a extra layer, and so you can cut into that layer a little bit, and that's what gives you the visual of cutting to the quick, is that you have cut into that layer a tiny bit. And so if you still see that everything looks white and chalky, you haven't gotten to that quick yet. So once you cut to the proper length, what you're going to see is a very visible circle in the middle of the toenail. And the rest of this is going to be white and chalky, but you're going to see it looks a little bit wet on the inside, on the very center of the toenail. And sometimes it's silver, sometimes it's black, pink, grayish brown,